something new, a better part of you. You feel it in your soul, a leap from head to toe. I'll go just alone. I can't stop scratching my mind. I gotta keep asking why.
Hey y'all, I'm DeuceyTV, an extras main, and this video is all about hoops. In this video, I will explain what hoops is, how playing it can help you improve all around as a player, and give you some tips and tricks towards success in the mode. Well, let's get right to it. Hoops is the only 2 versus 2 extra mode, although the map, goals, and kickoffs are much different than regular 2s. The dunk house is much smaller than a regular Rocket League pitch in length, width, and height, making it easier to move around the entire map quickly and score in some interesting ways. Instead of soccer goals that open vertically, the dunk house features basketball hoops that open horizontally, meaning you have rims that can get in the way during plays and are forced to score from above. Speaking of scoring in the air, you also have to master aerials in order to kick off properly in this mode, as it takes place off of the ground. The good news for all you normies out there, however, is that there are boost pads located around the arena, just like in regular 2s, and the ball has the same shape and physics. One of the most important aspects of hoops is the kickoff. Knowing how to kick off properly will mean the difference between a game won and a game lost. In hoops, you can kick off from 3 positions: the middle, slightly offset from the middle, and from the side of the hoop. All 3 positions have various techniques to get to the ball effectively. However, I will show you the most effective methods I've found during my hoops journey. The middle is the quickest kickoff position of the 3 and should take precedence over the other 2. In this position, you should boost to the first pad, then stop boosting until you reach the net with your car. At this point, you aerial using the rest of your boost to reach the ball, which will effectively challenge your opponent or completely beat them. The second strongest position is slightly offset from the center. From this position, you should immediately turn your car towards the center of the net while saving boost until you reach the net. Once you reach the middle of the net, you aerial just the same as the center kickoff. The third and weakest kickoff is from the side of the hoop. In this position, you should immediately turn towards the nearest boost pad while boosting. Stop boosting once you hit the pad, then fast aerial to the ball. Of the 3 kickoffs, this is the one that requires the most practice, as you will have to get a feel for when to begin your aerial after picking up the boost pad. If you can master these 3 techniques, you will be able to kick off just as well as anyone else on the pitch. Trying to learn these kickoffs in free play doesn't feel quite the same either, so try your best to make the most of your matches by remembering these methods. Playing hoops means that you will often find yourself on the walls or ceiling as the map is very small. Getting comfortable on these surfaces is important towards being able to challenge the ball along with making team plays and opening up opportunities to score that your enemy might not expect. Just playing hoops will improve your wall and ceiling play quite a bit if you're trying to improve those aspects of your gameplay. While we're on the subject of unexpected plays and surprising your opponent though, I'd be doing a disservice if I didn't mention pinches. Pinches in hoops can be extremely powerful if used correctly and aren't very hard to pull off. Because the map is so small, getting a banger of a pinch can basically make the ball unreachable by your opponents depending on their positioning. Even weak pinches are effective, and their outcome is generally unexpected from the enemy. They're also good for relieving pressure, passing, or centering the ball to your teammate. Lastly, if timed well, you can pinch the ball off of the net, which can send the ball straight to the other side of the dunk house. Keep in mind though that with great pinches comes great responsibility. If you're not careful, you'll find yourself pinching the ball straight into your own net or centering it for your opponent. If you do find yourself in a situation where you've centered the ball for your opponent, you better hope that your teammate is on the backboard and ready to make a save. With this being said, backboard saves are a huge part of becoming a great hoops player and will help you improve your backboard game in regular modes. Because goals are scored from above, it can often be awkward trying to make saves from the ground inside the hoop. It's much more simple to read incoming shots when you're on the backboard instead. In fact, by being on the backboard, you don't have to utilize as much boost in order to make the save if the opponent is high off of the ground or near the ceiling. Where you position on the backboard is situational and takes time to learn, but here are a few things to keep in mind. If you're rotating to the backboard from elsewhere on the map, it's a good idea to rotate from the outside of the hoop rather than the inside. By rotating on the outside, you decrease the chance of the momentum of your car keeping you from jumping while transitioning from the ground to the wall. If you don't believe me, you can try it yourself. But here are a couple examples just to show you what I'm referring to. Basically, you want to go up the back wall at an angle rather than straight on. Not only does it help with jumping sooner, but it also prevents the ball from being straight above you while trying to read the save properly. Next up is a simple jump from the back wall that could save you a lot of mental anguish, even outside of hoops. Basically, you jump off the wall while facing straight up, pull back on the joystick, then front flip. This is useful in those situations where you have no choice but to go straight up the wall and can help save those nearly unsavable shallow shots that sometimes happen in hoops. Lastly, if the opponent booms the ball to your back wall, there's a solid chance that you can boom it right back to their goal by flipping into the ball just after it has bounced off of your backboard. Make sure you've done your practice with this one though, as it could mean a whiff and ultimately an enemy goal if executed improperly. After mastering the backboard in hoops, you'll find defending goals in regular game modes to be a lot easier. While we're talking about regular game modes, if you're a ones player, you should definitely try playing hoops. I say this because being able to make solo plays like quick flicks and controlling the ball are extremely useful in this extra mode. In fact, if you find yourself with a teammate that knows how to space properly, you'll find that there's really no limit to how goals can be scored in hoops. Spacing is a key ingredient to being successful at hoops for multiple reasons. As a teammate, you want to make sure you're leaving your teammate plenty of room to make solo plays or pass the ball, especially because if they mess up, you'll be ready for the save. If you don't space out, you'll probably get in their way, most likely causing a loss of ball possession and leaving your goal vulnerable while both of y'all scramble back to the net. As an opponent, you want to make sure you're constantly putting pressure on your opponent by getting in their space, bumping, or demoing them often. Again, the map is very small, so having one less person to deal with can make a huge difference. Plus, you make their life hard while pressuring because they don't have the space to make plays they're comfortable with. Basically, space is great for your team, but you should avoid allowing your enemy to have any, since you can literally score from anywhere on the map. Be careful though, because if you force a 50-50 that turns into a pinch, it might just go straight in your net. Well guys, I feel that I've talked so much about hoops in this video and haven't even scratched the surface of the mode. If you have any questions or feedback, please let me know in the comments below. I always reply, and this channel and community is what you make it. Plus, if enough people are interested, I could make in-depth hoops videos regarding different mechanics or whatever y'all would like to see. I hope that you've learned something, But most of all, I hope you get out there and play this awesome extra mode. Maybe we'll run into each other. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content. After all, it's totally free and helps support me as a creator. Until next time, y'all.